Hi Amorette. What a really neat graphic look this has. The really stark black and whites, no real shadows in there at all, other than, really black shadows. I like the style. It's really consistent, very graphic novel. Things that I'm seeing that maybe you could think about. If I go in here to this area here, the only reason I now know it's kind of a floaty piece off the back of her hat is because I went into your smart object and looked here and I can see what it is, but otherwise it looks like a very large black blob there. So where you're making this a real graphic design kind of piece, I would come in here and really lighten that up so you start to get some detail in this whole thing. You start to get some variation of tone. It's not going to pick up all the gray areas, but it's going to translate either black or white, and that's going to help it kind of be defined as a floaty scarf off of the hat. So that is one of the things I would suggest. Okay, maybe too much there. Just going back and kind of, don't want to lose all the middle part there, but I do want to have some definition. There we go. So we're starting to get the sense that it's a floating piece off the back of her hat there. The other thing is the great big blobs of black here. I'm not sure if that's working for you. It may be, it may not. I'm not 100% on that. I kind of looked at it without the big blobby pieces, kind of looking at it like that. And then I looked at it more or less like that, where she's kind of surrounded by a little bit of black there. The one thing I would say is that her face shouldn't have the rain over it maybe as much. I think I would come up here and just kind of add a layer mask on here, brush, and maybe take it off of her face a little bit. So I'm at a 50% opacity. So I'm just lightening it in the face. I could go either way with the blobby pieces. I think it really depends on what else is going on around this as you put it into a graphic novel, which is kind of obviously where it belongs. But Photoshop wise, nice work. I like the filters you used. You did a nice job on this. The one thing I would say, let's go back in here. The one thing I would do is, since you're covering up this text in here, is just make that invisible, okay? Save it and close it. And then you're not getting the peekaboo here, right there. So really cool styling here. I've seen you use a lot of the tools, really good job. And I look forward to seeing what you do on your next project.